Hey, Smack fans! Welcome back to Smack Land. Now, most of you know me for my booster research and development, doing testing with hydrogen technologies and posting my results on YouTube. And that's a very important part of my life. But hey, there's more to life than hydroxy boosting and reducing your carbon footprint, although they're very important aspects that have many far reaching effects in today's society. Okay, but with the recent election, and having such an eloquent, educated, well versed black man become elected the first colored president of the United States, and the majority of that voting process being held on the backs of the young people, it's caused me to do a lot of thinking about today's young people and about relationships and about where this country is headed and some of the root cause problems that I'm seeing, that I'm observing in the news, within my neighbors, within my own friends and family. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the state of things. Why is our country in the predicament that it is right now? I mean, things are looking pretty good right now with this new president in office, and there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of anticipation for a successful future, and I think those things are very possible and, in fact, very likely. Americans have a history of rising up to challenges that face them, but today's challenge, okay, is a very serious one, and it's kind of like a sick person going into a doctor's office, feeling ill, displaying symptoms of an illness, but not knowing what the illness is. And that is what I'm seeing in my observations, okay? Just like with my hydroxy studies and my research and development. I don't just, find some solution or come up with some like crazy idea and just run with it. I do my research, I do my homework, I read books, I watch news, I go on the internet. I try to get as much information, do as much research and development as I can. And I'm approaching some of the problems that I'm seeing socially and economically in American society today in the same manner. Like a doctor approaching a patient who is displaying symptoms of an illness. They want to perform a diagnosis. They're going to do some research. They're going to, reach into their vast resources of knowledge and education, and they're also going to run some tests on the patient to try to find the root cause of the problem. And today, America, we're ill. There's an illness. Okay, we have this throwaway mentality. Um, we have American families that are they're just in a total state of disrepair. There's foreclosures. There's credit that's out of control. There's financial issues. High divorce rate. Okay, these are all symptoms of a root cause disease. And like a doctor looking at a patient, I'm looking at America and I'm trying to figure out what is the root cause. Okay, and to start to look at that, I only have to look at my own life. All right, I was raised by a broken family. I had a stepfather and a mother, and then onto my generation. Um, my daughter is being raised in a single family home. I'm a single dad. I've been married and divorced twice. Okay, and part of that is my own fault. I have to assume some of that blame. One of the main problems today is that people want to blame everybody else for their problems, for their ailments. It's not my fault. It's not what I'm doing. It's the other guy. It's them over there. Or it's them over there. We have to start looking at ourselves. Okay? I have to take some of the blame for the fact that I am propagating this problem, this family sickness that has permeated our society. I am now a statistic. I'm a single father, it's like so many other single parents out there in this country today. And there is a root cause. And the root cause starts with the family unit. Okay? 100 years ago, divorce was an impossible thought. Hardly anyone got divorced. And when they did, the reasons were pretty solid. Okay, I think it was starting with the baby boomer generation. Looking at through history, it's when the baby boomers started hitting their late 20s and 30s, when they started getting married and having families. They were raised by their parents to be independent thinkers, to come up with ideas for themselves to be to not to speak out, to not be afraid to stand for what they believe in, and that's a good thing. And individually, I think that's healthy, but it came at a price, and it comes at a price, and that price is that as a result of that independent, thinking, that standalone kind of mentality that kind of permeated that generation, was the fact that if you're not happy, change the situation, do something to alter it, to better it, to improve it. Okay, and when it comes to relationships between partners, in marriage, that same kind of philosophy, I think, was applied. And if the relationship didn't work out, well, end it, move on, do something to solve it, divorce that person, find someone else. And that was great. You know what? It was good for the individual when personalities didn't combine, when the compatibility wasn't there, when a bad choice in a partner was made. There was a way out, and that way out was divorce. And that's great for us adults. But guess who it's not good for? It's not good for the children. It's not good for your children. It's not good for my child. Divorce really hurts the children, okay? Because they somehow feel like the failure of the relationship can somehow be traced back to them. And we all know that's not true. But the kids don't know that, okay? So I look around, at families around me. I look at young men today, and I see that there's something lacking. That there's a central moral fiber that is missing from many of today's young people.